Assalamu alaikum, bonjour, and hello, everybody. You won't believe where I am. In Syria. We finally made it into Syria. There were a few hiccups at the border, but alhamdulillah, we made it. Today is, I believe, Monday, June 23rd, and the local time right now is 11:10 a.m. So we started from Beirut. We got to Syria within an hour. We stopped for a quick breakfast, and then we got here. So it was easy for me as a Canadian citizen because I already had a visa approval. So it was a matter of presenting it at the border and getting the passport stamped, and here I am. So what you see here is a chain of mountains, so the Lebanese mountains. And where currently I am standing is the same chain, but I'm standing, of course, as I said, on the Syrian side. The name of this mountain is Jabal Bazadani, and this is the view of my first town, Syrian town. And what you see right here, this town of Barada, Valley of Barada, takes its name after the river. I still cannot believe I made it to Syria, especially at this time when the geopolitical situation is, pardon my French, such a shit show. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. Allah made it easy, Allah made it happen. And I am in such a sacred land. And what I would like you to know is that the peace and the quiet and the calmness that I feel is really inexplicable. I understand I'm overwhelmed because coming to Syria was nothing less than a dream for me. And I don't know. It's surreal for me. So we stopped here to go to this monument actually. On our way, it's roughly 5 kilometers from the Syrian and Lebanese border and up in the mountain. This is what the locals here claim the final resting place of Habeel, the son of Prophet Adam alayhi salam. Let me take you there and we'll talk more. So I entered from here and I noticed these little huts, shops that are not functional anymore. The reason being, there used to be merchants here, there used to be people coming here from Iran. So Iran's goods, merchandise would be sold here. But because of the regime and, as I said, the socio-political situation, that's come to an end, unfortunately. And in some cases, I don't know if you can read, but it's Persian written, Furushka, something I can't read from here. So where I'm going now, as I said, this is what the locals claim to be the final resting place of Habeel, son of Prophet Adam alayhi salam. Some 60, 70 years ago, they decided, and by they I mean the people here, from the town, decided to make it into a tomb, a proper, they gave it a dome, like 4 walls with a custodian and, to make it accessible and a little organized for the people. Now I'm going to walk through there. I hope the custodian is sitting there. And I can, if I get lucky, I might actually go down there to see the original grave. this, shukran. So this is the entrance. To Habeel's, and what you can see right there is the tomb. As you can tell, he was quite tall. Wow. For those who don't know the history of Habeel, as I said, he was the son of one of the sons of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, Prophet Adam. And he is that brother who was murdered by his own brother, Cabeel. The reason, some of us might know, some of us might not. I learned about it recently. And the core cause came down to basically jealousy. So back in the day, when population was like next to zero, brothers and sisters would get married to each other. But even that had its own rule. Meaning, when Adam alayhi salam had his first two sons, twins, Habeel and Cabeel, they were considered as brothers. The next pair was Sheeth alayhi salam, Set, and a sister. And I feel so bad, but the name is escaping me. So Set and that twin sister of his would not be considered brothers and sisters of Habeel and Cabeel, and so on, as the next babies came, etc., etc. Cabeel was in love with that sister he was not supposed to get married to, as she was interested in Habeel, or so as they say, as the myth goes. So in that jealousy, Cabeel just decided to kill his own brother, Habeel. ये हबील की कब्र है जो हज़रत आदम अलैहिस्सलाम के पहले बेटों में से हैं, जो पहले जुड़वा बेटे हुए थे, हबील और कबील। इनका इनके भाई ने कत्ल किया था, कबील ने। हसद बुनियाद बनी। वो एक पूरी स्टोरी है जो कि मैंने अभी अंग्रेज़ी ज़बान में बताई है। जो यहाँ के लोकल लोग हैं उनका मानना है कि ये हबील की कब्र है। कोई इसमें 100% यकीन नहीं है हमें। वो हम एज़ आई ऑलवेज सेड, जिससे मैंने हमेशा अपनी वीडियोस में कहा है कि उस यकीन के साथ, जो एक यकीन मुझे है कि जी जिस तरह नबी पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का है कि वो मदीना में है, वो यकीन हम किसी और नबी का नहीं ले सकते, कह सकते, बिकॉज़ कोई अश्योरिटी नहीं है। लेकिन जितनी हम रिसर्च करते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, देखते हैं, सुनते हैं, समझते हैं, फिर जो अक्ल कहती है उसके मुताबिक हम एक गैस लेते हैं। सबसे ऑथेंटिक हमारी सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन आफ्टर इस्लामिक बुक्स, रेफरेंसेस, लोकल ट्राइब्स, लोकल लोगों का क्या कहना होता है, बिकॉज़ ये हमेशा से इधर रही है कब्र। ये तकरीबन 60-70 साल पहले इन्होंने इसको पूरा एक डोम बनाया, एक मकबरा सा कह दें, उसकी एक शेप दी, मस्जिद बनाई। हबील की कब्र इधर है और ये उनके बिल्कुल बाहर एक कोट सा बना हुआ है। Oh, there's a cat. What I would like to point out here is this tree has a very deep significance. So when Cabeel killed his brother Habeel, he was dragging his body, not really knowing what exactly to do with the body, right? Because there was no concept, there were no instructions as to what to do with the dead body, right? It was the first murder, first death. And that is the spot here when Cabeel saw the crows. Remember, guys? I don't know if you do, but that is the spot where Cabeel saw a dead crow and a crow that was burying it. So he was digging up the ground to bury the other crow in. And that is how Cabeel learned or understood what to do with his brother's dead body. ये वो जगह है, मुकाम है exactly, जहाँ जब कबील बॉडी को अपने भाई की बॉडी को घसीटते हुए लेकर आ रहे थे, समझ नहीं आ रही थी कि कहाँ क्या करना है इस जिस्म के साथ. जब इधर पहुँचा वो, तो इधर इसको नज़र आया कि 2 कव्वे थे, एक मरा हुआ और एक ज़िंदा, और ज़िंदा कव्वे ने मुर्दा कव्वे को इस तरह ज़मीन के अंदर दफन किया. तो उधर से फिर समझ आई उसको, कबील को, कि अच्छा मुझे भी अपने भाई की बॉडी के साथ यही करना चाहिए. तो वो इधर बैरिड है, इधर दफन है. ये जो दरख्त है ये 700 साल पुराना है, लेकिन ये उसी दरख्त की कंटिन्यूएशन है जो 20, 25, 30 हज़ार साल पहले कबील ने जहाँ वो देखा था क्रोज़ को, कव्वों को बेरी करते हुए. दिस ट्री इज़ 700 years old. And it's a continuation of the same tree that was that existed back then at the time of Habeel and Cabeel. I hate to say this, but I'm so distracted by the cute cat. I requested the custodian, well, I begged him to take me down there where the original grave is. He said it's all sealed, it's cemented, like around the grave, original grave, so nobody can enter. But he brought me here, he said, smell this. This is directly linked to the grave, right? And the smell, I cannot tell you. I cannot explain to you what that is like. It's subhanallah. मैंने कस्टोडियन से बहुत रिक्वेस्ट की कि मुझे नीचे ले जाओ जहाँ असल कब्र है. कहता मैं ले तो जाऊँ, लेकिन जो असल कब्र है उसके इर्द गिर्द सीमेंट से उन्होंने वो पूरा ब्लॉक कर दिया है रास्ता. ज़ाहिर बात है. तो वो फिर मुझे इधर ले आया, कहता ये जो डायरेक्ट नीचे कब्र है उसको स्मेल, ये उधर से स्मेल आ रही है इसकी. तो वो मैं स्मेल कर रही थी और इसकी खुशबू बहुत खूबसूरत है. देखे ना, है भी किसकी कब्र. On this note, thank you very much. I'll catch you at the next video, inshallah.